Hello and welcome to All Shorts. I want to talk about the Tory party and how they're playing games. Playing chicken, you could say, with the European Union. Now, back in February this year, it was announced that all foodstuffs entering Northern Ireland would have to have not for the EU labelling, but also foodstuffs in the rest of the United Kingdom would have to have not for the EU labelling. And the industry itself has said that it's going to cost way too much money. And it was a way to get the DUP back into Stormont, you see, in Northern Ireland, just to satisfy the Democratic Unionist Party. Well, unfortunately for everyone concerned, the Windsor Framework, which was there to replace the Northern Ireland Protocol, for which the DUP was not happy about, hence they didn't sit in Stormont. The labelling is a part of the Windsor Framework, not for the EU labelling. So obviously got to be stickers or got to be printed on the labelling or what have you. And it's going to be at a huge cost, something like 250 million a year or something, Plus, obviously, all the products that are out there already they've got to filter through. So, would they have to be recalled or something? I don't know. But it's worse than that, you see, because unfortunately, the Labour government, which I'm very disappointed with, have just announced that they're going to postpone indefinitely that part of the Windsor Framework. Which, without that, there is no Windsor Framework. Totally disregarding Northern Ireland, and you could say the Good Friday Agreement has been put at risk again, as well, as a result. Now, Brexit, not for the EU, meat dairy labelling plan has been postponed indefinitely. Indefinitely, so forever. So the government plans to force food manufacturers to put not for the EU labels on all meat and dairy products sold across Britain next month, it was going to be, has been definitely postponed after warnings that the scheme could cause chaos for producers and suppliers. Of course it would. But what options were there? It was an agreement that was signed, sealed and delivered by Rishi Sunak and the European Union as a way to avoid, the inability of actually exporting across Ireland and the rest of the United Kingdom. Boris Johnson made promises, didn't he? He told everyone in Northern Ireland that by no means would there be any issues. And if there is, bring it to me, they'll sort it out, words to that effect. More lies. Just to get the Brexit vote. People are hoodwinked. And they believed it by doing their own research. So the government is going to, instead of the labelling, it's going to review the policy, which was devised under the Conservatives' administration, legislation to implement the changes as yet to be brought in. Now, the Food and Drink Federation has estimated the cost being around 250 million a year. And as part of the Windsor Framework agreed with the European Union last year, all meat and dairy products sent from Britain to be sold in Northern Ireland have since October 2023 have had to carry a not for the EU label, and the measure is designed to prevent goods from bypassing EU controls to being sent to the Republic of Ireland. It's a way of saying, oh, hang on, we can see that's not meant to be here because there's a label on it to tell us that it's not meant to be here. So it's now Keir Starmer keeps going on about this Brexit reset. The European Union has restarted the legal case against the UK regarding them not actually abiding by the Trading Corporation Agreement in full. And they say there's 10 points we need to work on before any negotiation, before anything can actually be done to lessen the red tape. And there's no good for people like flipping David Lammy or Keir Starmer or whoever else is concerned to say, oh yeah, we're just going to remove the red tape. You're not in control of the red tape, Keir Starmer. It's not your red tape to control. It's the European Union's. And their security for them is paramount. It's sanctimount for the wholes of the single market. Secure your external borders. Products don't get in unless it goes through the usual channels and not just filtered in through the back door. Now, since Brexit, lots has happened in the UK under the Tory party, but also under the Labour Party, that isn't necessarily conducive to actually having any kind of agreement or good relationship with the European Union. And one of those things is the lessening of the restrictions on the maximum residual levels, such as pesticides and herbicides, stuff that kills bees, and Roundup weed killers that gives you cancer, apparently. So it's not going to help us to export goods into the European Union, or vice versa even, if those goods that we are trying to export contain levels of chemicals that the EU do not want anything to do with. And they won't just say we don't want that product, they'll say we don't want any of it. Regarding foodstuffs, so we can't trust it. And it's madness. It's absolute madness. This Labour government, I hate to say it, and I kind of push back against it before, and people just tell me it's just another Tory party. It's like Blue Labour. Quite frankly, I'm beginning to agree with them. Because they're working on rhetoric now. They're just telling the people what they want to hear. And not rational people either. Right-wing fanatics. The Red Wall, for instance. People who are so passionate about leaving the European Union to the point of damaging the country. In fact, these people said, oh, well, sod Northern Ireland. Sod Northern Ireland. All those people that got killed and the Troubles, what have you. Just sod all them, shall we? So how are we going to reset Brexit? I'm not talking about rejoin, I mean reset our relationship. So, we have a more open and understanding relationship, and all we're doing is antagonising the European Union for the start, and all the member states. And I know it was only Brussels. No, it's not only Brussels. They're all the members, 27 of them, of the European Union, are getting paid off with this new government. So a lot of animosity flying about at the moment, because they're hoping they're going to be able to trust this new government, and unfortunately that still appears to be the case. They're going back on agreements that have already been set in stone, and doing exactly the same as what the Tory party have done. This is just absolute madness. Total and utter madness. And really, us as a people need to stand up against this, because it's becoming a bit of a tyranny, and I'd say under the Labour Party. They're taking away monies from those who can't afford it and giving it to train drivers on 60, 70,000 a year. Doesn't make any sense. Really doesn't. Anyway. This is just crazy. Anyway, you tell me what you think. Please leave in the comments down below. And I do actually read the comments. But you see, I'm getting a bit frustrated with this now. To the point where I'm saying, why the hell am I bothering with it all? And it's just... I say sod the United Kingdom, but I've got family there, so how can I? That's embarrassing. It is seriously embarrassing. The state of the country. Shocking. How stupid we look. People are pointing and laughing. That's what they're doing. Anyway, you tell me. Are you pointing and laughing? Leave in the comments down below. Please hit the like button if you want to watch Andy on Patreon or buy us a coffee, and the links are down below. Toodaloo.